My name is Dr. Emily Carter, and I never anticipated that a moment of profound insight would come at the edge of my own mortality. As an emergency room doctor in Dallas, Texas, I've spent years entrenched in the rigorous world of medicine, where empirical evidence is the cornerstone of our reality. Yet nothing could have prepared me for the day in June 2023, when my understanding of medicine was irrevocably altered. My journey begins on a sweltering summer day, with the sun mercilessly blazing down on the city. The air was thick with anticipation as we braced ourselves for the surge of patients that the summer heat invariably brings. It was nearing 4 p.m. in the ER, an orchestra of activity with nurses and doctors attending to the steady flow of emergencies. I was reading through the charts of a patient who had just been admitted for dehydration, an everyday case. The rhythmic bustle created a familiar symphony of clattering instruments and hurried footsteps. In the blink of an eye, everything changed. A sudden and intense pain gripped my chest, mercilessly squeezing the breath from my lungs. I clutched at my desk, the world around me blending into a haze of concerned faces and urgent voices. I was told later it was a severe heart attack, the kind of incident I'd diagnosed countless times in others, never once suspecting it could happen to me. As my vision blurred, I couldn't help but think about my patients, my family, and all the unsaid words. The chaos of the room dimmed, and I felt a curious calm enveloping me, for what came next was beyond any realm of medicine I had ever known. As the relentless grip of the heart attack tightened, I felt my consciousness untether, drifting away from the physical world. The sweltering chaos of the ER faded, replaced by an uncanny clarity. I realized that I was hovering above, observing my own body, a surreal spectator to the life-or-death drama unfolding below. My colleagues, once my steadfast companions, now appeared as determined warriors fighting fiercely to reclaim my life from the clutches of death. Dr. Andrews, with his characteristic cool demeanor, was barking orders, orchestrating the symphony of resuscitation. Jess, my protégé and a rising star among the nurses, stood at my side, her brow furrowed with concentration as she readied the defibrillator. Their faces were masks of urgency and resolve, yet I could sense an undercurrent of fear, of helplessness, a potent reminder of our human fragility. Such a peculiar sensation it was, to witness my own struggle for life without the burden of pain or panic. Instead, an inexplicable serenity enveloped me, as if the very essence of peace had wrapped itself around my soul. I longed to reach out, to reassure them that I was free of suffering, to whisper through the veil of mortality that all was well. Then a shift, a radiant light began to envelop my surroundings, luminous and all-encompassing, pulling me gently yet irresistibly from the turmoil below. It was a light unlike any earthly glow, imbued with warmth and profound compassion. The world I knew receded into insignificance, time no longer a tyrant, but a fluid, irrelevant concept. In that moment, I was propelled into a realm where mortality was but a distant memory, and the heart of existence pulsed with an ethereal grace. As I transitioned into this new realm of luminescent beauty, I found myself standing at the threshold of an experience so profound it reshaped every belief I'd ever held. There, amidst the gauzy glow, stood a being of such resplendent grace that mere words seem inadequate. Though human in form, it radiated an otherworldly light, a shimmering aura that transcended earthly descriptors. Its eyes, deep and knowing, locked onto mine, and within them I saw galaxies spinning, universes entwined with love and wisdom far beyond my human comprehension. The being spoke not with words, but with a language of the soul, a gentle telepathic communication that resonated with the core of my being. Emily, it communicated, the soundless name reverberating with warmth. You are here to understand the harmony between healing of the body and healing of the spirit. The message flowed through me like a gentle breeze, unraveling intricate truths about the interconnectedness of all life. In its presence, I felt utterly known, every facet of my existence laid bare, yet I was enveloped in a comforting acceptance that dispelled any remnants of fear or doubt. As we engaged in this wordless dialogue, moments from my life surged into my consciousness, flashes of patients I'd treated, illnesses witnessed, each now imbued with a deeper sense of purpose. It was as if the veil between the seen and unseen had been lifted, revealing the spiritual threads that weave through the tapestry of healing. I understood now that the mere act of medicine is not enough. The spirit must be part of the remedy, a guiding hand in the pursuit of health and healing. The celestial figure extended an arm, inviting me to see beyond what eyes can perceive. Suddenly visions unfolded before me, vibrant and alive. I witnessed scenes where physical healing was seamlessly intertwined with spiritual wholeness. Hospitals transformed into sanctuaries where the air shimmered with energy of empathy and compassion. I saw healers not only administering treatments but also nurturing the soul with gentle love and profound kindness, bridging the earthly practices with divine essence. Through this being's insight, I realized the divine mandate awaiting me, that the practice of medicine is more than clinical. It is a sacred dance of the heart and spirit, a dance that embraces both the seen and unseen forces sustaining life. As my awareness expanded, so too did my resolve. The gentle guidance of this heavenly guide whispered parting words into my spirit. Carry this knowledge back with you, Emily, for the world is in need, and many await this truth that transcends the boundaries of science and soul. And with those words echoing in my heart, everything began to shift once again, preparing me for the journey back to myself, forever altered and inspired. As I stood bathed in the celestial glow, the angelic figure gestured lightly, and a panorama of visions unfurled before me, each more profound than the last. I was taken to a future where healing was reimagined, an extraordinary tapestry woven with threads of science and spirituality. The first scene presented itself like a masterpiece on a living canvas. I found myself on the grounds of what appeared to be a radiant sanctuary rather than a traditional hospital. Here, architecture was harmonious and inviting, with natural light pouring through glass walls that melded the inside with nature's serene embrace. Lush gardens enveloped the building, vibrant with life, each plant selected for its healing properties, for its ability to calm the troubled spirit. Inside, there was no rush, no cacophony of anxiety. Instead, a symphony of tranquility filled the halls, where bodies and minds were harmonized with care embracing the entirety of a person's being. Doctors and nurses walked with deliberate grace, their eyes reflecting a deep reverence for the role of healer, as if each patient were a cherished soul integral to the universe's balance. They spoke with voices carrying the weight of compassion infused with the essence of love and understanding. In one room, I beheld a patient embraced by warm light, surrounded not by machines that beeped and buzzed, but by mechanisms that hummed with the gentle frequency of life. Beside each bed was a healer engaged in prayer or meditation, evoking a sacred space where the physical and spiritual stood united. Treatment was not merely administered, it flowed, an act of communion where body and spirit danced in concert to a rhythm of wellness. In another vision, communities gathered in spaces that centered around healing, where knowledge was exchanged freely among practitioners of both medicine and mysticism. These were vibrant hubs of innovation and ancient wisdom where dialogues of science melded effortlessly with the spiritual, where energy fields met diagnostic imaging, and where the unseen was honored as an essential component of health. I watched as children learned not only their ABCs, but the art of inner peace, their studies extending beyond the tangible. They learned to dwell in balance with their inner selves as naturally as they might learn arithmetic. Elderly individuals radiated vitality, supported by the love of a community that cherished their wisdom. Hovering in this visionary space, I felt the immense power of this holistic care, the beauty of a system that was simultaneously reverent of life and in awe of its mysteries. The angelic being beside me infused me with an urgent understanding that such a transformation was not an idle dream but a divine calling, a blueprint for what must come. I breathed in the vision, prepared to carry it with me, a lantern to illuminate paths yet unknown. The angelic figure stood before me, its presence a beacon of calm and clarity amidst the wonders I'd borne witness to. With a gaze that penetrated my very soul, it imparted wisdom beyond anything found in textbooks or medical journals. "Emily," it communicated in the silent language of the heart, "the future you saw requires fundamental shifts in how healers perceive their callings. You must integrate empathy, intuition, and spiritual awareness into your practice, blending them with the science you know so well." The words reverberated through me, each one like a pebble thrown into the still waters of my consciousness, creating ripples that spread endlessly. These teachings were not meant to replace science, but to enhance it, to bring humanity back to the heart of healing. The figures showed me scenes of doctors and nurses approaching their patients with open hearts, allowing empathy to guide their hands as much as skill and knowledge. I learned that true healing speaks to both the body and the soul, that a warm touch or a kind word could be as potent as any medicine. In flashes, I saw practitioners sitting in quiet contemplation, drawing on meditation and prayer to sharpen their inner senses before attending to those in need. The power of positive energy that being conveyed can alter the very fabric of healing. Harness this force alongside your traditional methods. Images played out before me of medical teams gathering in meditation for clarity and strength, their collective intention creating an atmosphere where wellness could flourish. Patients responded to this harmonious blend of energies, their bodies on the path to recovery while their spirits soared. Listen to your inner voice, the angel urged, for it often speaks the truth words cannot convey. Trust in the connection that binds all life, the delicate web of energy and intention. In every frame, I was reminded that the line between the physical and spiritual is not a barrier but a bridge, one that must be traversed with care and reverence. I watched as the celestial figure extended its light-filled hands over scenes of healing, showing me the profound impact of compassion infused with intellectual rigor. This blend was the future of medicine, an evolution where spiritual growth and medical expertise walked hand in hand. As these enlightening visions poured into me, I felt fortified by the knowledge that I was not alone in this endeavor. A global community existed ready to embrace this sacred evolution. Returning to the realm of the living, I felt a profound burden mingled with a newfound clarity and purpose. The angelic guidance and visions of a reimagined healthcare system had embedded themselves deep within my soul. No longer could I view my role as merely a practitioner of medical science. Instead, I felt an inexorable call to act as a bridge between two worlds, the physical and the spiritual. My mission was clear: to initiate a transformation in the healthcare community, guiding it toward a future infused with divine wisdom and compassion. The days following my resuscitation were filled with quiet reflection and fervent determination. I began to share my experience tentatively at first, reluctant to impose my revelations on colleagues accustomed to the confines of conventional medical wisdom. Yet, as I spoke, recounting the celestial visions and teachings inscribed upon my heart, I saw flickers of interest, a budding curiosity about what lies beyond the boundaries of empirical knowledge. In impromptu gatherings during lunch breaks and whispered conversations in quiet hospital corridors, I encouraged my fellow practitioners to embrace a broader understanding of healing. Empathy, intuition, and spiritual awareness, I urged, must become integral to our practice as much as stethoscopes and scalpels. I proposed sessions where we could delve into meditation and explore the healing power of energy, inviting those willing to venture into a realm where medicine and spirituality coexist harmoniously. At first met with skepticism, the barriers began to crumble. Stories of inexplicable recoveries and insights born of intuition surfaced, affirming the need for this paradigm shift. I began to envision workshops and courses designed to foster this holistic approach, knitting together the fabric of traditional medicine with threads of spiritual insight. The journey required courage and resilience, but each step felt guided by a force greater than myself. As word spread, a ripple effect took hold. Nurses, doctors, and even administrators came forward, drawn by the promise of a more humane, comprehensive approach to care. Together, we embarked on a path of transformation, aspiring to create healthcare environments where the sanctity of life is honored in its fullest dimensionality. With unwavering resolve, I continued to articulate the call for action, knowing that the time had come to weave the celestial lessons into the very heart of medical practice, to kindle the flame of love and compassion within the walls of healing sanctuaries everywhere. The instant my consciousness returned to the confines of my own body, it was as if a veil had lifted, bringing with it a clarity that was both searing and exquisite. My eyes fluttered open to the familiar yet oddly redefined contours of the ER, the faces of my colleagues leaning over me etched with a mixture of anxiety and relief. Each breath felt like a precious gift, a whisper of the divine still echoing within me. Jess's voice broke through first, cracking with emotion. "Emily, you're back," she said, her eyes moist with tears of joy. There lay an inexplicable peace within me, a profound understanding that transcended the confines of speech. It was as if my very essence had been recalibrated, every pulse aligned with an eternal rhythm that I was now acutely aware of. The bustling symphony of the ER continued around me. Yet amidst the chaos, I could sense an underlying harmony, a testament to the spiritual awakening I had just undergone. In the ensuing days, my recovery surprised even the most seasoned of my colleagues. What should have been a lengthy convalescence turned into a swift resurgence, one that defied empirical expectations. Yet more compelling than my physical rebirth was the relentless drive within me to share the ethereal truths inscribed upon my spirit. My conversations with Jesus, the visions, the resonant whispers, each element hung in the air like a gentle imperative, urging me to weave these insights into the fabric of my medical practice. Every patient interaction felt amplified with an empathic resonance. Behind each diagnosis lay a narrative of soul and spirit I was now eager to explore. My hands moved with instinctual grace, my words delivered not just with medical authority, but with heartfelt conviction. And as I observed those I treated, it was as though I could glimpse the subtle light within them, a light that craved acknowledgement, healing, and harmony. Boundless, too, was my gratitude for the celestial experience that had been gifted to me, for the insights it bore, and for the chance to exist in the world anew. Just as the angelic figure had imparted, no soul is beyond redemption, nor any profession void of grace. Each moment became a testament to love's transformative power, urging me forward with renewed purpose. My existence was not merely about survival, but about flourishing, and through my journey I embraced the opportunity to be a beacon, a guide toward a new era of holistic healing that intertwined the ethereal with the earthly. The experiences I lived through in those ethereal moments have forever altered my essence, infusing my practice with a profound sense of interconnectedness and spirituality. The path I walk now is one illuminated by the warmth of compassion and the grace of understanding, a journey that beckons others to join in nurturing a holistic approach to healing. The insights I gained, though profoundly personal, call out to be shared, serving as a beacon for a more inclusive, spiritually attuned medical community. In the months that followed, I witnessed firsthand the subtle transformations my newfound perspective could incite. Each patient encounter became a sacred exchange, a chance to see beyond the immediate ailments, to address the heart and soul that accompany every physical condition. Families began to notice the change, drawn into this new narrative of healing, offering smiles that spoke volumes of gratitude and relief. The healing was not always immediate, but it was profound. It resonated beyond the surface, leaving ripples of peace and understanding in its wake. Conversations with colleagues became spirited dialogues about the convergence of science and spirit. Skepticism occasionally greeted my enthusiasm, yet patience and perseverance slowly chiseled away at doubt, making room for curiosity and acceptance. Who could deny the power of possibility when faced with outcomes that defied traditional explanation, with the resurgence of hope in places once shrouded in despair? As I continued my work, I couldn't help but feel the gentle pull of destiny nudging me towards a broader mission, one that extends beyond the confines of my own practice. Workshops materialized, gatherings meant to educate and inspire those willing to listen. Each session became a sanctuary of exploration, a place where the rigid walls of convention blurred to reveal a landscape teeming with potential, where the medical community could stand united in purpose and compassion. Now, as I reflect on the journey from that fateful day in June 2023 to the present, I am imbued with a reverent awe for the unseen forces guiding us towards this new epoch in medicine. My heart rejoices with a steadfast belief that we are on the brink of a revolution, a return to the art of healing where the soul's whispers guide the physician's touch. And love becomes the healing force that unites us all. Let this testament serve as a call to arms, a gentle reminder that true transformation lies within our grasp if we open our hearts and minds to the sacred dance of life.